On this week's video fishing forecast, we have the latest on the offshore scene as well as the inshore happenings. Toby Lipinski has the latest on the Coastal Kayak Clash contest, and Fisherman senior editor Fred Golofaro and Long Island managing editor Matthew Broderick have some late season fluke tips. All here at thefisherman.com. The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners. News 12 meteorologist Rich Van Olen is busy tracking how Hurricane Laura will be affecting the Long Island area, so no video from him this week, but be sure to check out News 12 for the latest weather before heading out on the water. Fisherman senior editor Fred Golofaro and Long Island managing editor Matthew Broderick have some late season fluke tips.
Hey Tim, and it's hard to believe that Labor Day is next week. We're going to be into September already, and it's kind of a transition period, or we're entering a transition period, especially for fluke, as they start moving from back in the bays to the inlets and then further offshore, eventually finding their way off to the edge of the Continental Shelf where they'll be spawning. And they often spawn several times, and prime spawning time out there is from October through November into December. But during that transition time, there's some very good fishing, very good opportunities to score with that double-digit doormat, especially in a place like Montauk and especially out in the ocean around the reefs. But there's also good fishing around the inlets as the fish gather before they move offshore and before they move out into the ocean. Guys can catch them on the beach and surf fishing and catch them on the piers around the inlets. So again, this transition period is a very good time to catch some fluke.
Matt, what's your tip?
It's a good time of year to try some fluke off the shore. You could try spots like inlets. You could try the beach on the ocean front, or you could try even some docks around if you know any. I like to use either fish bites or gope, make it really simple. Off the shore, I like to use something like this, which is a 7-foot setup right here, medium action, light spinning reel, 10, 15-pound braid. I'll either use like a sinker with a gope teaser above to get some distance, or use a bucktail teaser combo. Both those are really effective for fluke. I've done very well with them, bounce along the bottom, and you can connect with a pretty nice one. It's also the time of year where there's a lot of big fluke around, so if you're looking for that trophy double-digit doormat, I would suggest using stuff like live snappers, whole squid. You can use some bluefish fillets, mackerel fillets. Especially the ocean, like I said, there's a lot of big fluke around this time of year. Use some bigger baits and it'll increase your chances of catching some bigger fluke.
Let's go offshore with Captain Tony Gatto.
Thanks, Tim. 2020 is shaping up to be one of the better offshore season. Tuna seem to be everywhere. Trolling, jigging, and chunking have been most productive. In the canyons, trolling lemon lime sidetrackers have been producing big eye and yellowfin. Here is Teddy Prager with another sunset big eye caught on a lemon lime sidetracker. The 30 to 40 fathom midshore bite has been dominated by chunking, especially live lining peanut bunker. Don't leave home without them. Here is a great picture of Matthew Pfizer, who begged his dad to take him along tuna fishing. They went 8 for 13 on yellowfin and had some bluefin mixed in. I'm sure Matthew will make a career out of catching fish bigger than he is. Way to go, Matthew. Back to you, Tim.
Captain Mike Manuel has this offshore report from the west.
Absolute chaos with the big Jersey yellowfin tuna, folks. Took out my good friend on his first tuna trip. Within a few minutes of scouting the area, which was filled with life, we immediately hooked up. I ensured and made it my personal goal to have Aaron on his first tuna. To no surprise, the first tuna was a brute. Spinning gear made it very fun, but also very tiresome. The first tuna on the boat, which was his, measured 53.24 inches, and the weight from 95 to 105 pounds. All the tunas range from low 80s to low 90s. One of my biggest regrets, folks, when offshore fishing is not being able to capture the footage and quality photos. The bite is red hot, and fishing trumps wasted time dealing with cameras. Inshore bite, crunch sport fishing has been hooking up with quality size mahi inshore. Light tackle has made this very fun. Raritan Bay, back home, has been producing quality fluke, and it's still hard getting the quality keepers on board, but they're there. Well, folks, Captain Mike MG, tight lines.
Let's check in with Toby Lipinski on the latest from the Coastal Kayak Clash contest.
Well, as we pass the halfway point in the Coastal Kayak Clash, which runs through the end of November, the leaderboard didn't change too much this week, with just a single fish making the cut. As a bunch of the entries that we did receive didn't break the top 3 for their respective species. So of course we're only going to log them if they make the leaderboard. So there's no need to submit a fish if it doesn't meet the top 3 on the current standings. I'll get to a bit more of that in just a moment, as there is one exception to the rule. So the only change we did have this week was with a new second place blackfish of 19.5 inches landed by New Jersey subscriber Bob Gross. Now keep in mind that the August fish of the month is the sea robin, meaning that the largest sea robin entered throughout the month of August will win the participant a $100 gift certificate to yakattax.com. And this gets me to what I was saying before, that the only time you don't need to meet the top 3 to submit a fish is if you're submitting the entry for fish of the month consideration. Well, to date, for August, we haven't received a single sea robin entry, which means that there is a $100 Yak Attack gift card just hanging out there in the wind for someone to jump on it. So I'm sure some of you Coastal Kayak Clash participants are catching sea robins, but you're not photographing them, entering them, because they're not going to make the top 3. But no worries, for August, you can still take a picture of it and submit it. And of course, as we've noted before, the Coastal Kayak Clash does not require a fish to be harvested. You can release the fish if you so choose to do so, although I will tell you that sea robin make excellent table fare, but nonetheless, if you don't want to go through a process of cleaning them, you're more than welcome to just catch it, photograph it, let it go, and then submit your entry. So with the final day of August almost upon us, let's see if we can get a few sea robin entries in the book before the month closes out next week, because I'd hate to have to take that gift card myself and outfit my kayak a little bit more.
Some real nice fluke are being caught in Montauk this past week. These girls jumped aboard Top Gun charters and scored with this 6-pound fluke. With more from the East End, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Tim. Hey, everybody. Still have some fish around here. Striped bass and blues in the ocean on the bunker pods outside of Shinnecock and Moriches. Hampton Reef, some of the other wrecks a little bit closer to Shinnecock and Moriches are still holding sea bass, porgies, and there are some fluke around still. There's also fluke in the bay in some of the skinny water. Awful lot of bait back there, which is also leading to, pretty good amount of small schoolie bass, maybe up to like 26 inches that are taking poppers and spooks. I'm having a little more luck with the spooks. And the tuna bite yellowfin last weekend was pretty good. Good number of people got on them, and guys that went further out got on some big eyes. So we'll see what happens this weekend. Looks like it's Saturday is going to be a little rough. Sunday might work. So no albie sightings yet. Everybody's waiting. They're there? Where are they? They should be here soon. Get out there, catch them up, have fun. Thanks, Tim. Back to you.
Let's go to the North Shore and check in with Hawaiian Dan.
Thanks, Tim. Aloha! I'm Hawaiian Dan of the YouTube channel TalkFishTV.com, reporting for the Fisherman magazine on the central North Shore of Long Island, the inshore, nearshore region, where I had a chance to fish the day bite from my Sea Eagle Inflatable Fish Gift 16 from SeaEagle.com, and also the night bite as well. The hatch this week is still tons and tons of microbait, ranging from grass shrimp to rain bait, whitebait, butterfish, and small squid in the mix, with the biggest change being the abundance of adult-sized bunker. I'd say 4 times as much as we had last week, which is setting us up for an incredible fall run. The day bite is still producing snappers, bluefish, porgy, sea bass, fluke, stripers, sea robins, and of course the unintentional blackfish, which are going to be great during the fall as well. The night bite is still flooded with tons and tons of schoolie stripers in the 12 to 24 inch class. Porgy, sea bass, and the unintentional blackfish can still be found swimming around, as well as bluefish being caught. Now, the lure that matches the hatch the best for me right now is the 3/8 ounce white Popeye or Buckeye bucktail. Now, if you need any of this gear, including clam or squid and the tins needed to bounce off the bottom during the daytime hours, visit my friends down here at Miller Place Bait and Tackle. Say hi to Misty, Sue, and Jim, and they'll take care of you, set you up with what you need, tell you what fish are being caught, and tell you exactly where they're being caught. But they're going to give you that information only face to face. Just remember to mask up and stay safe. Don't forget about this weekend. It's the annual greatest bluefish tournament on earth, and Miller Place Bait and Tackle is an official registration and weigh-in station. The entry fee is only $36, but believe it or not, first prize is $25,000. Second prize is $7,500, and third prize is $2,500, with cash prizes going all the way down to 20th place. So you're pretty certain to get that entry fee back. Now, if you like what you hear and see, please visit and subscribe to my YouTube channel, talkfishtv.com. Just smash that subscribe button. And until next week, get off those couches, grab those rods, and get out there and fish. Remember to follow the rules, practice social distancing, mask up when you have to, and spread as much aloha as you possibly can. Stay safe, stay strong, and I love you, Long Island. Now back to you, Tim. Aloha.
With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Tim. Well, River Bay Outfitters had another trip up to the Farmington River. 20 people came up. It's a beautiful river. Not the easiest river to fish, but it's absolutely gorgeous. My nephew, who's never caught a trout on the fly, caught 3 fish, so it was a good day. I, on the other hand, decided to spend my time playing around with my tenkara rod. It's a old traditional, Japanese traditional fixed line fishing, fly fishing. I did have some success. I did catch one. I had a lot of takes. Something different. Big Kevin is he's actually doing that all day long, and he's having success too. Something to do. Now, saltwater scenes. We were out there. Spanish mackerel in the inlet. We also had some snappers. Fluke is starting to pour back into the bays as the weather cools down. A lot of bait out there. So get out, get off the couches, get out of the air conditioning, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Tight lines, everybody.
Joe Ben Savenga said that fishing slowed a bit this week, but he did manage his nice keeper on the Captain Gillian out of Captree. More from the Fire Island area, we have Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Tim, Fire Island report. Fire Island looks like pretty tough weather this weekend, and not really horrible. It's going to be a little bit windy, but not horrible, sunny. So, but just check the reports, weather reports before you go out. So, the fishing around Fire Island has been kind of slow since that hurricane came through. It really churned up the bottom. There's a few fish to catch, and it's worth going out there. And I would stay down and work around the inlet area myself. And if you can get offshore, you get to the reef. There's some sea bass and fluke to be caught out there as well. And if you get further west from Fire Island, you go down to the west by the Hempstead Reef and so forth, Atlantic Beach Reef. There was a real hot bite of fluke this week. So, Tim, that's about it for this week. Talk to you next week. Get out there, have fun, catch them up.
From Jones Beach Inlet area, we have Roger Boodoo.
Hey Tim, hey anglers, how's it going? This is Roger from the YouTube channel South Shore Angling, Sonic Blue R6, reporting for the Jones Beach, Jones Inlet area. And the name of the game this week, guys, is porgies. Porgies, porgies, porgies. They are taking over the inshore reefs from the AB, McAllister, and Hempstead. Haven't gotten over to the Rockaway or the Fire Island Inlet, but I heard that the party boats and the just abundance of people fishing them have really picked them apart. But the other 3 reefs have been producing a lot of porgies. We picked up about 15 the other day on a drift, and we were using clam bellies on the high-low rig. And I can only imagine how it would be if you just anchored up a little outside the reef and dropped down a chum pot. And even hearing some good reports of porgy bite out in the deeper water by the cholera, and just around the 120 to 100 foot mark. They're picking up some nice sized fluke out there too. Sea bass bite has also been pretty good out there. So as these temperatures are starting to decrease in the waters, the bite is really starting to pick up for some of the fall fish, and we're waiting for the striped bass to come back around. So definitely a lot of fish to be caught out there, guys. So get out there, catch them up, tight lines, and that's all for this week. Tim, back to you.
Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Kayak Clash contest and win this Old Town Autopilot kayak worth over $4,000. Check out this video's description on YouTube for all the related links and more information. And please support our correspondents by visiting their website and social media pages. Let's hope the remnants of Hurricane Laura doesn't put a damper on the fishing this weekend. And if you are going to go out, be safe. Okay, see you right here at the all-new Fisherman.com.
Steigercraft boats, built by people who fish our waters. Serious English choose Steigercraft for their 40 years of boat building experience right here in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Visit Steigercraft.com for a dealer near you.